Arsenal are pushing on their side, and Shakhtar has also decided and set the transfer deadline to make a decision on whether to go with the bid that Arsenal is going to go on and bring in, because we expect Arsenal to put in a second bid for Modric this week. A transfer deadline has been set, and obviously let's wait and see whether it will be met by Shakhtar Donetsk. Welcome to Rokani Media Football. This is the channel that brings you your latest news and information as far as your transfers are concerned, apart from Manchester United news. If at all you want to watch Manchester United news, better look for a channel called United Matters channel. That's the place to be. You can find at that side, and that's where magic really goes ahead to happen fast and always. So today we are having very many stories. Mudryk transfer deadline to Arsenal set. We are having another story of Jamie Carragher, former of Liverpool, coming out boldly and confirming and really stating that he would love to see Arsenal winning the trophy, and he would love to see the Premier League trophy handed over to Martin Odegaard by the end of this season, and he has given his reasons. Then lastly, we are going to talk about Joao Felix. Latest is that the move from Atletico Madrid to either United or Arsenal is in its final stages, and anytime from now we can see Joao Felix don in either an Arsenal jersey or a Manchester United jersey, depending on which team is going to go out and meet the requests of Atletico Madrid. So first day of 2023 is done. We are jetting into that second day of 2023, and I think you guys are really having fun. Most of you have been out, but thank God those that have kept on to this channel have not regretted. We started off with the story of Modric surprising Mikel Arteta, naming him one of the top coaches. Then we went through the match reaction of Spurs being beaten by Aston Villa 2-0. Even Chelsea have drawn away at Nottingham. So that is what happened in the 10 fixtures. So Arsenal is still topping the Premier League table with 7 points ahead of City. City is second. Newcastle is third with a game with one more game played more than Arsenal, United, and Man City, meaning that if United win their game, they might find themselves in the third position of the league. They'll be at 35, and Newcastle will be at 34 points. So lots of things are really turning up, and as we really make a turn of this year of the season, Arsenal is going to be playing Newcastle on Tuesday, and I believe tomorrow I'm going to come up with the match preview and tell you how I expect that game to go. And someone told me that I should do a combined 11. Has Newcastle reached that level for me to do a combined 11 for it versus Arsenal? All right, I'll try and find out whether it's really liable and it's desired. But if I know it's not desired, I'm not going to go ahead to make it. But let's get into the stories that are really making headlines today as we sum up our day. Now, there is a journalist, third-tier journalist according to me, but this story has been so much driven by third-tier journalists. They were the ones that really broke the story that Arsenal is interested in Mukalo Modric in the summer, and they are still driving it to the next level, though it was Fabrizio Romano who broke the deal that a bid has been submitted by Arsenal. But these other third journalists had always told us that Arsenal is preparing their first bid to submit to Shakhtar Donetsk. Now, Luca Bendoni, he works with Di Marzio, has gone ahead and told us that Shakhtar Donetsk board are set to meet on the 9th of January 2023, and a discussion of Modric's situation will surely be on top of the agenda. As it stands, the only official offer so far has come from Arsenal. Now, what else do you want to be declared as a deadline transfer for Modric to Arsenal set other than that? Because that will be the meeting that is going to come out and really tell Arsenal whether they are going to agree with their bid that they have brought or they are planning to bring or not. Arsenal first bid of 40 plus 25 million euros was really turned down, and it said tomorrow, all on Tuesday, Arsenal are going ahead to submit their next bid that they believe is going to be agreed by Shakhtar. They've been in contact and negotiating, and they might have reached to a certain common ground of the amount of money they want them to pay for the services of Modric to cross from Shakhtar to Arsenal. Now, 9th is a board meeting, as confirmed, And it has again been confirmed by the vice president of Shakhtar, known as Carlo Nicolini, has confirmed the meeting, reported yesterday on 9th January that they are meeting, and on the 10th they start training in Turkey. Our official match will be the 16th Feb against Rennes. So the director is going ahead to confirm to us that the fact is they are going to have a board meeting on 9th that is going to decide on the Modric deal, and on 10th they will start their official training. Now, why are they having their training on 9th? They don't want Modric to come back when they've not yet decided on what to do. They want him to come back knowing that whether he's going to stay or he's going to Arsenal. And if at all he's going to Arsenal, his main reason to come up or to return back to training will be to talk to his, or say bye-bye to his fellow players at Shakhtar Donetsk, and then report to Arsenal to do the medical. That's the essence of the meeting that's going to be held on 9th January. So it's confirmed they don't want to see a player whose heart is not at Shakhtar be part of their training. And that's what every team would love, because if a player's heart is unsettled at a team, obviously he will disorganize the entire team. We've seen it at very many teams. When a player wants to go, he wants to go. I've seen Anthony, when he wanted to come to Manchester United, he striked, spent close to 1 or 2 weeks without training with Ajax until they sold him to Manchester United. I believe with what Shakhtar is requesting, Mudryk might look at it at his agent and say, all right, we need to strike because we need to go out of this team. But right now, he's still humble. He has posted 2 times when Arsenal is playing. And obviously, yesterday he ranked Mikel Arteta as one of the top coaches in the world, meaning that he desires to go out and play with this player and play under this manager. And it's obvious that that Modric is talking to Mikel Arteta, and Mikel Arteta has proven to him that you are really going to be a very good player in my team, and this is how you're going to help my team, and this is how I'm going to fit you into my starting 11. Obviously, he's really sublime, if I don't talk about that guy, and he will come out to feel the deficiency of Arsenal, especially from the bench. The bench of Arsenal really lacks quality. Look at yesterday. Fabio Vieira came on, Tomiyasu came on, Kieran Tierney came on, and El Nini. But the only quality that you could rate out of those players is Fabio Vieira, Tomiyasu, Kieran Tierney, and a little bit of El Nini. But you saw that it was really a very huge drop-off, because when they came on through, the game was, before they came on through, the game was 3-0. And when they came on, the game ended 4-2. Arsenal swallowed more 2 goals when these players were in the field of play. Actually, there is a goal even that there is a 3rd goal of Brighton that was really ruled out of offside as the game came to an end. It shows you that it was really a very huge risk for Mikel Arteta. And this is something he wouldn't like to be doing game in, game out, to say to it that he drops off like that. Meaning he has to bring in players that have the right quality to come in and really be almost in the same level and league of players that are supposed to be playing at a club called Arsenal. So that is what Lorenzo Lepore has gone ahead to really let us know about this story coming in from Shakhtar Donetsk, confirming to us that they are planning to have a board meeting on 9th and 10th. The training is starting in Turkey, but that indicates you that they want everything of Modric's deal to be done on before 9th, before 10th, when the team is going to train in there for you. So his quality coming on at Arsenal is going to be important as far as the Premier League trophy is concerned. Arsenal needing more other players to create more chances and more goals, and that's what Modric adds to you when he joins a team called Arsenal. And Arsenal wouldn't like to see Modric training with Shakhtar again, because it will affect their season. If it reaches 10th, Arsenal has very many games to play. On Tuesday, Arsenal are playing Brighton. No, they are playing Newcastle on Tuesday. Not so? Then on Monday the 9th, Arsenal would have rested for some good days. They are going to be playing Oxford away in the FA Cup. Meaning that if Arsenal get this deal done before 9th, and Modric comes in at around 6th or 7th, or even 5th, he can get a chance to play with this Arsenal side against Oxford, because it's a game where he can go on and play. That's it. Then after that, on the 15th, they're going to be playing Tottenham Hotspur. Then they play Manchester United on the 22nd of January. That calls out Arsenal to go on and have this player, because these players of Arsenal are going to be playing very many games. Remember, ever since the return from the World Cup, they played on 26th. They played on 31st. They are going to play on 2nd. Then they play on 9th. After 9th, they are going to play on 15th. And then they are going to play on 22nd. So in a space of 1 month, they would have played close to 6 or 7 games, meaning that 2 games a week, that will be too much for any player. So I believe they would love Modric to report here immediately, because he is going to be a very huge pillar or addition to that Arsenal side to go ahead and really fight for the Premier League. Now, leaving Modric aside, there is a player that everyone wants to know about, and his latest coming in from Atletico Madrid. It's being reported to us by Marca that Joao Felix's deal to Arsenal or Manchester United has reached its decisive phase. Now, a decisive phase means which team has the best offer for the player. We've been told that the departure of Joao Felix from Atleti has entered the decisive phase. Final movements are expected from Arsenal and United, who are the 2 most interested teams to take the player. So his departure has entered the decisive phase. The decisive phase is simple. Are you going to fulfill the requests of Atletico Madrid? Let me bring you up to speed if at all you never knew the requests of Atletico Madrid. They want £80 million of a loan fee and £250,000 a week for the next 6 months, where this lad is not going to be playing for Atletico Madrid. A team that is to take Joao Felix has to be able to pay his full salary. In other words, that's what they're saying, plus £80 million, meaning that the entire deal could raise £16 million. And any team that is going to raise that and accept the terms and conditions might take the player. But as it stands, United looks like they want to back out of the deal and look at Morata and Memphis Depay. And Arsenal might find themselves into a solo competition to sign this player. And if at all they remain only one team, it will help them to have huge bargaining power over them paying £80 million and paying his salary, meaning that Atletico might take a lower loan fee. Then they get in some good money saved as not paying the salary, because it's like paying £16 million per player on loan for just 6 months. That's really expensive. It's pretty expensive. So Arsenal are still weighing in to see whether they're going to bring Joao Felix in, but I believe he's going to be one of the players that might end up at Arsenal or Manchester United. But as it stands, United and Arsenal are really not so much serious onto this deal, because they want Atletico to go on and really reduce on the calls they want for this player to make a signature to any of those teams. But it's good that it has entered the decisive moment. If Arsenal gets this guy, he comes in through and plays for them, I think it's a huge boost. Mudryk and Joao Felix are 2 good players that if at all they come on and represent for Arsenal for the next 6 months, I believe it's a good addition to put Arsenal into the title race. 7 points clear now. You bring in those players. That means you are reducing the risk of losing games. If you are having those players on the bench, it gives even your opponent or the manager of your opponent you're playing a headache to think. That's it. Because he will be asking now, which button is he going to go ahead and really press? Is it a Modric button or a Joao Felix button? And the rotation could be taken to the next level, that the club is not affected when you take off a player like Martinelli and you bring on Mudryk, or when you take out Gabriel Jesus or Nketiah and you bring on Joao Felix, because those players will tick all the boxes of the system of Mikel Arteta, and Mikel Arteta is an admirer for all of them. So let's see how it's going to unfold this week as far as this deal of Joao Felix is concerned, and you might find Arsenal getting 2 players in this week, and that is between the 2nd to the 9th to the 9th of January. Now, lastly, let's talk about a little bit. Let me sip something. Let's talk about Jamie Carragher, formerly at Liverpool, a pundit at Sky Sports. He has gone ahead to commend Arsenal to win the league, and he would love to see them lift this league. In his own words, he said, "I would love to see Arsenal win the league. I really like what Mikel Arteta has done, and I love watching his team play. Young players, exciting, full of energy. It's fast. When they're on TV, you want to watch them." So, I add myself to what Carragher is saying. Amidst me supporting Manchester United, why not wish a team that is really playing very well and has got almost everything as far as running a football team is concerned right, not win the league? I would wish them to win it. And if at all Arsenal win it, it will be something that people will know that planning is the way to success. Planning and following the plan is the way to success. I believe the plan was made by Arsenal in 2019. Remember, Edu had consecutive meetings with Mikel Arteta at his home before he agreed to take over this job. So they had a plan. I think they even signed an agreement that this should be done. Investment was planned, and Mikel Arteta was unveiled as a player. And luckily enough, he got Arsenal 2 trophies in his first year. In his first 6 months, he won them an FA Cup and a Community Shield. That is Mikel Arteta for you, and that helped him to really be at the club for some time, because they know, all right, we had not won a trophy. I think if I say they won an FA Cup with Arsene Wenger, but right now we've won it, and why not go ahead and really rejoice? So Arsenal did well to bring Mikel Arteta, and the plan was laid. They're playing on the transcript or the manuscript. He has gone ahead to pay up, and there are 2 huge different people that are really happy, and even Jamie Carragher is wishing Arsenal a very good journey to win the league. And talking about them exciting on television, that's it. They're exciting, the intensity, the patterns, the rhythms are really great. The sequences that they build up in the game of play, they're all sublime. They're live wires in this game of football, and the deficiency that Arsenal is suffering from is lacking quality of the bench, and that's why they want to address it by bringing in Mudryk and Joao Felix. Thank you very much for watching in through. Rokani David is my name. Smash the like button, comment and share. And if you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Your thoughts to Modric's transfer deadline set. What do you think about it? You think Arsenal should bring him before or after the board meeting? Then what do you think about Joao Felix? The deal has reached the decisive phase of whether he's joining Arsenal or Manchester United, but whoever agrees with what Atletico is requesting for is the one that is really going to turn out triumphant. Lastly, do you agree with Jamie Carragher that Arsenal deserves to win the Premier League trophy? If yes, tell me the reason, and if no, tell me the reason. Happy New Year, guys. I sign out for now. May the Almighty Lord bless you abundantly, and may this new year bring new things that that are really God-given and God blessed. Not so? I sign out for now. See you later. That's going to be tomorrow. Starting off the day with Arsenal versus Newcastle match preview that most of you are really anticipating for. And I always go ahead and really give you my views, and they always come. Most of them really come to happening. Not so? Bye-bye.